Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be doing Eris' story mode. Why? Because Eris is the first thing that's up today. Mainly because I like to get these stories out of the way as soon as they launch, and it's nice to cover them as someone's got to. I mean, why not? So I was expecting Sword to be first, because usually Eris and Portal go last in most of the story arcs so far, but thinking about it, it makes sense that Eris is first, as Sword seems to be shrouded in a lot of mystery, and probably is going to be the instigator for the war, so it would make sense that she would be close to the end, so she may be next, she may be last. It's going to be up in the air between Portal and Sword at this point after all. Havencroft is now, so of course we start off with the basic purgation. This is nearly the same for pretty much every single one. Usually you can just skip past that as it's pretty pointless to listen to the purgation part, but the first thing up, of course, new prayer. So this is going to be pretty interesting, as Haven is one of my more favoured classes, and I actually quite enjoy some of her storyline.
I do not see the others.
No, you don't? Really? You don't see them in this giant city that's behind you?
When we dived through the gate,
Yes.
have the keepers interfered? That is not unthinkable.
Oh dear.
Ah.
Are you okay there? All
Maroon.
alone?
Yes. I was simply taking in the scenery.
Ah, I see. As a matter of fact, I'm a great lover of this view myself.
Might he be a resident of this world? Is he a priest or perhaps some sort of cleric? He does seem kind.
Ah, I should introduce
Malone.
myself.
He's so cool.
I am the Marshal of Escamali, Malone Median. And you are?
I must not trust him too carelessly. He could be evil.
He could be.
Eris and Thul.
Ah, Eris. Might this be your first time in this land?
Yes.
Something told me so. You seem to gaze upon this land as if it were peculiar. Where did you come from?
That would be...
It's surely uncouth to comment on a woman's appearance, but your clothing is most unconventional.
Coming from the guy wearing
It's
white
not just
robes.
This land, I know. I'm also somewhat knowledgeable about the surrounding lands. I therefore appreciate an honest answer.
Never have I felt anything quite this strong.
He is pretty
Is it
powerful.
thirst for blood? No, it's the weight of magic. No, I must not. If anyone is to blame, it is I.
I shouldn't appear nervous. Causing him to be alarmed would simply give rise to needless conflict.
Her voice changed. Weird.
Nothing will be accomplished here unless I give him a chance.
I come from a place far from this land. It's most likely nowhere you're familiar with.
What do you mean to say?
I don't know whether you can believe me, but I come from another world.
I see, very well. Why are you able to believe me? That's the question that seems to be going through your head.
Well, yes. I was aware that my story must sound ridiculous.
As a matter of fact, I saw you. I saw you suddenly appear. Teleportation
Wow.
does exist in this world, but the way that you appeared was somewhat different. It's almost as if you walked through a gate. So, I had a feeling that you were different from me. At any rate, I know someone like you.
Interesting.
You know that you doubted me from the beginning?
Is that other guy? He has to be. Okay. I think I've picked up on that now.
wasn't very
The
generous.
shadow guy has to be
I'm very sorry.
from another world, similar to these guys.
No. I had...
Ah, that is no great surprise. People often tell me I have a face that can't be trusted.
No. If you trust me, then I believe I should trust you as well.
That's logical enough.
Of course. One cannot trust too blindly.
That's just fine. I feel just the same way. But, well, I hope that we can cooperate, Eris.
Yes. I too hope that is the case.
I'm not sure if we should just stand here talking, so would you mind coming to my guild?
He is on guard, yet still acts pleasantly. No matter whether he is good or
interesting.
bad, I cannot let my own guard down around him. I will take you up on that offer.
Excellent! In that case, please come this way. Ah, yes, I forgot something.
Huh?
There's normally a greeting we recite to travelers, and since you've come from, well, the outside, please allow me this
Oh,
opportunity
jeez.
to formally say...
Welcome to
the
Asunia.
land of Asunia, home of shimmering dew, and guilds. May this godless age shine upon you and be your solace.
Godless age. That's an interesting way to word that, for sure. Definitely a very interesting way to word that sentence, like godless age. That's unlimited decks. I want my rotation decks. They're backwards. There we go. I've set up a simple repose deck that I was theory crafting before the expansion and built all the cards for it, so why not?
This is incredible.
Oh wow,
It's
nice
in
temple.
Such good order.
Do you really think so? That brings me such joy.
But something about it seems so cold and mechanical. It's as if there's no zeal at all here. Would you mind if I were to ask what sort of god Eskamali believes in?
Oh, not at all. We don't particularly believe in any gods.
Then why are you dressed in that way?
Why are you, Eris? Do you believe in gods?
There was once something I believed to be a god, but that is no longer the case.
I see. You seem similar to us then. I've heard that we originally believed in gods long, long ago. What Eskamali now believes in is balance. Balance for this land and balance for the guilds.
Guilds?
Makes sense.
As
No
in
god.
groups of people who
Worship
share a
balance.
common
Yeah.
purpose?
Seems like Eskamali to me.
Yes, it's just as you say. There are a total of 5 guilds here in Asunia. There's the Order of Blade Rights, Guild of Justice, the Magus Covenant, Guild of Resplendence, the Forbidden Guild, Nicola Adele. Countess Solari, the Guild of Stealth, and finally, Eskamali, the Guild of Regulation. Asunia is ruled by a council of these 5 guilds. Well, that is the official explanation. There is, in fact, much more going on. It may be an exaggeration to call what we have a council.
Oh.
Countess Solari, for
Makes
example,
sense. That's
is a guild
pretty
of
ironic.
assassins, so they don't show themselves. The Magus Covenant is completely unconcerned with what happens in this land. Nicola Adele won't have a thing to do with politics.
So basically, those 3 are all useless.
The Order of Blade Rights was the only one worth its salt, but they haven't been doing well since their marshal fell ill.
The role of Eskamali is to preserve a good relationship between the guilds. That's why you profess balance.
Yes, it's just as you say. We exist to resolve any spats between the guilds. We hold councils between them, and we lay down a certain number of regulations. At times, we act as a sort of deterrent force. That's our guild in a nutshell.
Your role must be a challenging one.
It is. It's incredibly
God.
difficult. That's why we try to avoid drawing
This guy, I
lines in
swear.
the sand. The guilds won't fall into line just because you command them to.
Oh, I see. 4 guilds have the power to rule over all the land. Can a single organization really control them? No. With the magic that Marlone unleashed, it might not be impossible.
Hey, look.
They're even appearing here now.
Magic slime thing again.
Marlone, what is that?
That's a magical life form created by the Magus Covenant, the guild where mages gather. I don't understand how it all works, but it's apparently a form of artificial life.
Artificial life? No such thing exists in my world.
Yes, it must certainly come as a surprise. If I were to believe in God, I might shout at the sky that this is blasphemy.
Oh god.
But by all accounts, those aren't finished products. One might even call them failures. So, stand back!
Marlone!
He just took that hit like a champ.
It's because they're failures that they attack people. Oh dear.
Thank you. Are you hurt?
It just grazed me, so only a bit. I'll call the other...
No. I will battle it.
Oh.
I must somehow thank you for what you've done. And besides... we don't seem to have time to wait for your companions.
Go ahead, and please accept my profuse apologies, Eris.
Do not
Alright.
worry. I have this under control.
Looks like we're gonna get a chance to try this repose deck. Whew. Story is always quite long and winded, so I apologise that these videos are always quite long, but I feel like doing them in one whole go is a lot better than breaking them up for you guys, especially since these videos, of course, aren't the most watched on my channel. They're usually just something I personally like to do as kind of a start to an expansion or start to an update that really helps things get along. So starting off by getting our Omen of Repose is quite nice, along with the Disciple of Repose. Going to come in quite handy when we get to use these. Probably still going to go for the Jeweled Priestess on 2 because then turn 3 can be comboed off nicely. Of course, now we've got White Fang Temple, that might be better to use instead. So I'll probably still go for the Jeweled Priestess, mainly because I want to go for the Black Diamond, since we do have Tenko, so we can pretty much curve out from here now. White Fang into Repose, into Tenko Shrine, into Black Diamond, because that will give us a play point ramp, which is going to be fairly powerful. It shouldn't really be a big trouble to do this. And we got our Lapis, which I am running one of as kind of just some fun. Definitely not optimal to probably run Lapis, but I thought I wanted to give it a go. Alright, we're going to take a bit of damage, which is a little unfortunate. Alright, this is where things get interesting. First time seeing the Repose thing, that's pretty sweet. Countdown to all enemies, draw a card, get an empty play point for our followers, restore 1 defense. Cannot receive more than 3 damage at a time. That is kind of decent. I mean, it's definitely not bad, and for a 4-drop to be a 6/6 is always going to be good. So our next turn's looking promising. Definitely not going to be the best because this is actually a really solid board. Plus I'm not used to playing this like this, so it's definitely more interesting this way. Alright, they shouldn't kill me, hopefully. And if they can't kill me, I should have a pretty good matchup here. So from here on out, we should be pretty fine. So we've actually got Realm of Repose, which is going to be really good. If no other followers attack this turn, your leader cannot receive more than 3 damage. I'm thinking that might be better next turn, but I'm not really sure because I really want to get an attack in here. So we're probably going to go this way about it. Dealer Fae should be a good enough block. We're going to heal up slightly. Our follower's going to take no damage, and Black Diamond's going to go off again to heal us and ping next turn anyway. So these Realm of Repose will come in handy probably next turn. It's definitely a card that you use to buy time, and that's what it's really good for. I also might have a chance just to play Lapis, but I probably won't go for that. Alright, so they definitely went for the attack there, which is pretty good for us. I mean, especially if it gets the ping there. At the end of your turn, if this follower didn't attack, randomly destroy one of the strongest enemy followers in play. So that with an Evo would actually be super optimal. We are going to get a heal, which means we can ping away the 5/1 pretty nicely. Which is actually going to give me a chance just to drop Lapis on board, so what a little bit of fun. I wanted to see what it looked like. The animation wasn't that impressive, but it's okay, I guess. We're not taking full advantage of Repose yet. Okay, so they're definitely going for the buffing effects. I think we go for Apostle of Repose plus White Fang. That definitely will kill that then. Although, do I skip out on the attack? Probably not. I definitely think it's worth using Beacon here.
I shall guide you to glory. I offer my life as a prayer.
We might just play this one out. So we're just getting used to the deck, trialing a few things, I think, is the way to go. Plus, since it's this follower didn't attack, I think that's actually quite fine as a play. I could also go for the Apostle if it doesn't attack. And that one's if no allied followers, so that's really a full-on defensive card. And we've won at this point anyway, but just for some fun, we're going to go for it. So the deck works. I'm a little worried about the early game, but that could just be down to the opponent's decks that you're playing against. Aggro, of course, will probably stomp this hard in the early game, so it's going to be more interesting to refine this thing down. We did end up getting the 20 rupees and a card pack though, so that's always a nice start.
Is it over?
Oh, okay. He's using healing.
Incredible. My
Oh no,
body
she
is
used the healing.
extremely-
That's good to hear.
Your spells are certainly unconventional. You convert magical power to light, and then use it to attack and heal. Is this magic common in your world?
I'm not sure. There were some others who could use it, but...
The light's appearance doesn't change, but at times it rends foes, and at times it heals them. Even a dilettante such as myself can see that it's a wonderful power.
Definitely an
It is my
interesting
hope
one.
that it should be as you say, but there's nothing special about it.
Oh, here we go.
Sorry for the delay.
Ah, it's fine.
Oh, is there anything else we can do?
No, not in particular. You're free to go.
You called your companions.
Ah, well, yes, I simply wanted to be sure.
I'm sure this isn't the case, but you wouldn't have been faking your injury, would you? Marlone?
Yes.
The reason you might seem untrustworthy has nothing to do with your appearance. Your actions are to blame.
That may well be the case.
He's definitely a weirdo.
Enough. He seems to have his faults, but his actions are understandable. He was attempting to judge the power of someone who came from another world. One could call it a proper decision. And when he rescued me, his eyes seemed very sincere.
Normally, my job involves feeling out people's minds, so I tend to be suspicious. I'm sorry. Really. Oh, thank you very much.
He is super
Marlon.
sketchy.
The truth is that I did not come to this world alone.
You have companions?
Yes.
Then it's probably for the best if you search for them. Shall I show you to town?
No, I cannot ask that much of you.
Are you sure? I wouldn't mind at all. Anyway, let's step outside for the time being.
All right. Are the others well? Have they met with this world's sorrows? I hope for their safety they haven't.
Yeah, Eris, because you're the one who put them all in a fucking nightmare for a whole dream segment. Like, come on. Like, what do you think this is, Eris? Like, Eris is just a nightmare. Eris and Malone head into town looking for her companions and find Rowan by chance. Eris asks him if he found others in the world, but he has yet to encounter anyone else. Eris, I don't know if she had many battles between the other companions on her journey compared to everyone else, so it'll be interesting to see what she does for most of this storyline.
Yes, it's pleasant.
How are you finding this world? Is there any major difference from your own?
Well... What's that sound? Flowing water?
Ah, that would be the canals. They reach throughout every part of Asunia. The water that flows through the canals has a special magical power. That's what makes our Asunia so prosperous. The canals also serve as a means of transportation. Boats can zip anywhere in an instant.
It's a land that fits its title of Shimmering Dew.
Yes! This network of canals is, like the guilds, pure Asunia.
Is that the sound of water? There are canals all over.
Oh, that has to be...
Rowan!
Huh?
Rowan?
Yep,
Is
Rowan.
that
Priestess, I mean, Eris. It's good to see you're all right.
Yes, and it comes as a relief to see you well. Pieces of his armor have been chipped away. What happened? No, you're injured, aren't you?
This? It's nothing, really.
But all the same...
I beg your pardon. Might those wounds be the result of battling with a rather tall man?
As a matter of fact, they are. Might I ask your name?
He is Marlone Median. We have only just met, but I believe him to be a trustworthy person.
Oh, I don't know whether I can be trusted, but my name is Marlone Median.
I don't know if
It's a
I could be
pleasure to meet
trusted.
you.
Yeah, like, you're not modest at all, Marlone.
Rowan
Like,
drags
come
me.
on.
How did you know what happened to me?
I saw you coming down from that hill, and well, I'm additionally acquainted with a rough character who calls that hill his home. So, in brief, please accept my sincere apologies.
No, if anything, I should be the one saying sorry. If I hadn't gone for my spear, he wouldn't have struck me.
You are a noble soul indeed. Please allow me to express my apologies again. Next time I see him, I'll be sure to chide him. Ah, yes, you two surely have some catching up to do, so I'll excuse myself here. If you have any issues, I should be close by. Well,
thank you.
Rowan, do you know where the others are?
You're actually the first one I've seen.
I suspected we have been scattered, and it seems that was the case.
They've only been scattered in Asunia though, which is what makes things more interesting. Like, they could have been scattered anywhere in the world of Asunia's, but they were all scattered in the same city, so
to do from here on?
it's definitely like they were put close together at least.
I intend to act together with Marlone. And you, Rowan?
I'm going to look around this land some more. I might be able to find the others, and anyway, there's a lot I don't understand.
So the only character we haven't seen so far is Portal's main. Like, seeing him somewhere,
I see.
that'll be
It
more
would
interesting.
my pleasure to help you in any way necessary.
No thanks. I can handle things alone.
You're smiling, but I can sense the sorrow underneath.
See, her voice changes in her head. That's
Very
weird.
well. But Rowan, perhaps it is arrogant of me, but I hope that the others and they and I.
Yeah? Well, then I'll gather them and bring them back here to you.
Thank you. Please go well.
Thanks.
Our paths have forked once again, but I am sure. I know the others and I will meet again. That may not be what I should want, but still,
They're literally the only survivors from like her whole world, so I mean, wanting to meet up with them isn't exactly the worst wish she could possibly have. Distortion. This could be interesting. I should probably read that. Here we go. After Ron takes his leave, Eris tells Marlone she has decided to search for her companions as well. In the two part ways, she begins search once again. Who's she going to run into, though? I mean, the only characters I think she could probably run into is Sword, because we haven't seen him, and Portal. Like, they're the only two we haven't seen.
not at all.
Well, we've seen Sword, but I mean, we haven't seen Sword interact with people yet, outside of our characters that we were following, so it's possible that they also interacted with Eris, and Portal, of course, we haven't seen interact with anyone, excluding maybe his minions, so...
Yes.
It doesn't seem to have gone well.
I said that we were companions, but it was only so from my viewpoint. Or, no, I simply wished that we might be such.
There are no gods in this world, but I'm sure your wish will come true.
I hope so.
Oh, here we go. Another median.
Marlone, sir, I've brought today's bunch of ore.
Thank you for your work. Please leave it over there.
Yes, sir. Goodbye.
Or?
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, food.
You would need very strong teeth to eat it.
Yeah.
Yes, his teeth are strong. Well, setting those frivolities aside, what do you plan to do?
I'm off to look for everyone.
You're a strong person. You'll have my support from the shadows. If you're ever in need of my aid, then I am at your service.
Thank you very much. May we meet again.
Yes, farewell.
He's so lighthearted, but I'm sure he's got a dark history somewhere there.
A land of shimmering dew and gills. I can tell simply by gazing from here. It's so endlessly large. If I believe that the others are my companions, then I must search for them.
Oh, Portal. That's first.
Ewan?
There's something I want to ask you.
It is a great relief to see that you are well. And what might you want to ask?
I felt your intentions were true back then. That's why I fought alongside you.
Despite my summoning one of the keepers?
Yes. But about one of your actions, I don't have a clear answer yet. Why'd you help make that keeper retreat? Do you reject the keepers?
The liberation I seek cannot be brought about by the hands of the keepers.
See, her voice like shifts. It's so weird.
There are many keepers. There's Nexus of Serenity.
Oh, Nerve of Purgation.
What happens
Yeah,
when
there we
another
go.
keeper appears?
So Nerve of Purgation should be the one we're
You're
following.
looking for. That question is not a fair one. And I know what I need to do.
You and I...
No need to worry. I won't take your life. I'm only going to shackle you.
Oh, Ewan.
Take your power and command it. At least in this world. Don't look so distraught. It's only natural to resist. Quit moving so much already. I don't want to hurt you needlessly.
Yeah, Ewan, just, you know, get the priest girl, just, you know, tie her up somewhere, chain her to the wall, I don't know. Pretty much the first we've seen of him, but he's already disclosed how his power works, being able to control those that he beats, obviously. Alright, not a bad start. Globe, jeweled, and blackened are all pretty nice options.
I will have revenge.
No, you'll have nothing, because I will beat you down. Alright, and we got Apostle of Repose. This is looking to be a perfect curve. Apostle of Repose and Omen of Repose really help the curve of Tenko quite well. Especially going second. You can curve out exceptionally. I probably should have went for the black diamond, but considering how this will probably go, I think white might have been the right choice. I'll have to wait and see. Oh, here we go. At the end of turn 1, didn't attack, restore defense to all allies. Don't know. I'll go for the heal instead first. Turn 4, we're going to use Apostle, which will kill off the highest follower. Unless we draw into Repose Omen, like, that would be better, but... So, I could clear 2 of these, that's what I'm thinking, but I think Apostle on board with its evolved stats are going to be way better, at least at this point in the game. Plus this has Bane, so that's pretty nuts.
Coming at you.
Knot of History, pretty straightforward, expected the Evo. Probably going to use it as a trade material. Oh, actually they can just attack with that now. That's kind of not fair. I mean, it's fair enough, but how fair is fair enough, honestly? Alright, we're going to go for the Tenko play. I know it's probably not the best way to do this. If I get a good ping, which I unfortunately didn't, I would have been a lot better off, but I might be able to just abuse this now. Going into turn 6, I've got a 2-drop that I can abuse. Banish 2. Heal. Yeah, we should be able to actually wipe this out, so that's fine. We'll get rid of these. We'll go for this guy. Use him to smack down the 4th floor. Heal up, ping, should be right, as long as they don't have storm damage, which I don't think Portal really does, so at least not in this case, it won't. That which erases. That's a little rough, so it's definitely got to be cleared. Don't really have a way to do this without using an Evo, so that's a little disappointing.
Let the gems light your way to success.
But at least it's gone. From here, we should just heal up and win, basically, so it should be pretty straightforward. It's definitely got a rough early game. Definitely something I'd want to work on a bit more, I think. Although if I had went for the banishments first, I could have negated a lot of damage, so maybe it's just getting used to this playstyle. Alright, this is actually really good. If I sacrifice this thing, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I'm doing anyway, I can go for this. We're going to get more than enough pings off it anyway. And we got a double draw next turn. I'm thinking Servant of Repose is my next play if this thing gets killed. Which it most certainly is. And damn, they blocked my draw. That's disappointing. Nope, okay. Because we had that draw, much better to just draw this. Yeah, that's fine. Decent heals. We've already ramped up. I mean, our opponent was already high enough, so it doesn't really make any difference. We've got Thermia, Purge, which is going to be perfect. Jeez. So this deck works, it's just how well it works. I'm definitely going to have to refine this down a fair bit to really take full advantage of it, but I think that's fine. Something here is negating Secretary from next source of damage. So that's fine, right? Yeah, because that will do 5, so that's game. I could have drawn it out a bit longer, but we'll finish it off here. This video is already going to be long as it is, so hopefully it's still fine for you guys. We're just trying to enjoy the story mostly. While I try out this deck. which I will leave in the description for you guys.
Eris, why are you seeking liberation?
I seek
Interesting.
liberation because of pain and sadness. All that there is causes the people to suffer.
And you think you'll get rid of that?
I do not know. A part of me is uncertain. In what way should I make my path forward? Why? Why was the village stolen from us? The people worked themselves to the bone, and they did no wrong. Once each week, they prayed to God. And when the harvest was plenty, they thanked God. So why would God? I simply know that I wish to liberate the people from sorrow.
All right.
Why do you ask?
You're lost and confused. You can't take a single step forward. There's no need to restrain you now. I'll tell you one thing. The Keepers go straight for your heart's weakness. Your past is fodder for the Keepers. That's how it was for me.
Wow.
My past.
Find your own way for now. You can choose the wrong path, but I'll be there to stop you.
The poor kill the poor. Oh God. Oh God. In this world there is no... They couldn't be saved. Not one of them. Not by my God, and not by me. I took the steps to do so. But before me was failure. The ending called Nexus.
Am I now only trying to find someone onto whom I can cling? To hold on to the others as I held on to Nexus?
Nexus, come on. Nexus was like the evilest thing ever. Alright, Eyes Adrift. Eris reflects on her past sins after her encounter with Ewan. Upon encountering Malone again, she confesses her sins to him. However, he suggests that there's no living creature without sin. That's fair. That's true. Basically, nothing in this world can live without sin. It's physically impossible.
Like this. That much I know. Why?
All you can do is live the best life you can.
Whatever for, there is no God on which to rely. Who is to blame for everyone being dead and stolen away? Could it be this world? That day was the day on which it all began. I lost faith in the world. The voice that I heard then.
I thought you were off in search of your companions. You don't look very well. Is there something wrong?
No. I have no time in which to waver and none in which to stand still.
All her followers. All the people she hurt.
Sin? Are there any living creatures without sin?
No, there isn't, Malone.
In order to survive, life feasts upon life. It snares it, ensnares it, and tears it away. It raises itself up by lowering others down.
Jeez, that's one way to look at it.
I don't know if that's any comfort to you, but that's what I believe.
If all people are sinners, then this world is a festering purgatory. Do you not think so, Marlone?
Do I not think so?
I mean that...
Oh,
There you are.
the guild leaders. Or temporary leaders.
Is something wrong?
Well, at the break of dawn today, a great number of magical life forms were produced, and they proceeded to go wild. I've therefore produced a report. I'd kindly request that you take a look and act accordingly. How many times have I said this very thing to you?
50, 100. Please allow me to take a look at the report.
Oh god, 50, 100. Jeez, that was a jump.
Such intimidating eyes. Who could he be?
This may be the 50th or 100th time, but it doesn't seem that you have the Magus Covenant seal.
Oh,
I'm tired
That's nice
of
art.
hearing that Marlone medium.
Oh, I'm sure you must be.
Cetus.
Aisha, stand down.
I like his artwork. That was quite nice.
No!
If you were to hurt me, what would that solve?
Deliberations are held based on a report signed by the guild. Isn't it Escamali that set down those rules?
It is, but surely you don't think that by cutting down the leader of Escamali...
The person who made the rules is going to take responsibility for them.
Marlone!
What point is there in rules that don't fix wrongdoing? They're another form of injustice. I can't ignore these actions anymore.
I don't
Fair.
understand. But for two people to attack one is...
If you don't get it, then back off.
No.
Eris, this problem is between us.
I understand that much. But I cannot ignore the violence taking place before my very eyes.
What you say is right, but I can't allow this.
That is fine. We will settle this through battle.
Battle! Cetus versus Eris. The grand duel of beast versus beauty. I don't know where we're going with this, but we're gonna take this beast down.
We will settle this through battle.
Sorry, but we have to fight.
Okay. I think we dump... Why is this in the deck? Yeah, okay, there's something wrong with this deck now. I don't know why Lycos is in this deck. He shouldn't have been. I'm sure that I had this fixed so he wouldn't... Okay. I don't know what that was doing in this right now. I have absolutely no clue. That was so random. I'm sure he's probably like a one-off that I'd accidentally clicked on or something when looking for a different card and somehow made it into the deck without me taking much notice, but that's pretty hilarious either way. Alright, that's fine. We'll just curve out.
My work here is done.
Turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, somewhere here. Furious Elder Weedman, go away. No one likes you. Alright, we've got Realm of Repose as well. I mean, it's definitely good for limiting big drops, but I'm thinking maybe that's going to be dropped down to 2. It's definitely a buy a turn sort of card.
Now, where was that forest exit?
Alright, this is going to be quite rough, honestly, next turn.
Unexpectedly cozy.
I still don't know how I feel about them getting the ramp advantage over me, though. That's going to be another one that's going to be an interesting problem. See, what is this thing doing in this deck? Oh, I just don't know what this was even in the deck for. Like, it shouldn't be here. So I don't know why it is. I'm sure there's a card that's meant to be that I'm just completely blanking on. Alright, that's going to proc, which is not good, but we'll go for the Apostle, we'll go for this one. That's going to give us the heal. That's going to kill off the largest, which means I can't attack with it, so that's a little disappointing. Alright, that's okay, I guess.
Don't look down on me because I'm new.
No, this could be really bad.
Where was that forest exit?
Alright, that's actually fine. Looks like Purge is probably going to be the play. Oh no, we did die. 5. Oh, because the Evo. That's what put us down. Damn. I just don't know why that card's in this deck. It shouldn't be. Which is confusing. We're definitely going to battle again. Because I hopefully want to finish this with the entire thing. I should have actually checked. I'm pretty sure you can check your cards in your deck now. I think that's a feature. So we might be able to do that during game. Like, I'm not 100% that's a feature, but it might be. I'm not sure. I can't remember what they changed. Also, I don't know how I really feel about Realm of Repose right now. It might be better on ladder than it is in the story mode. But this deck definitely isn't a cheap one. So you can't check it there. They've changed all of this. Okay, that's pretty interesting. One more draw. Don't know how I feel about Servant of Repose yet either. It's definitely an okay drop, but I don't know. Don't really have a play, so we're gonna go for white. I need the draw real bad. God, see, they just play such high-powered drops so early. It's really hard for this deck to kind of kick in by then. I mean, we're only going to be negating 1 damage now. Oh, really? Philosopher. On curve again. Honestly, I think I'd rather go second. At least that gives me the play on 4 really well. Alright, we should be fine. Especially since we got a good hit on that. add our ward in. That should buy us some time. Could also just play Realm, I guess. But I don't feel like that's going to be anywhere near as good.
Let the gems light your way to success.
So the repose cards are definitely quite decent. I just need to find a way to use them more effectively and probably build a deck that's a little better.
What's happening to me?
Alright, either way we were going to kill something on board. That was pretty much guaranteed.
Looking for a reason?
Now, where was that forest?
Okay, so another one. The Evo is going to let them kill this, which is disappointing, but it's a big way to sacrifice, I guess.
Could you?
Okay, so we've got Servant, which if I use the Evo effect doesn't feel quite as good. If I go for the lower drop using Repose, I can limit damage at the same time and maybe go for some more cards. It's probably the way I want to do it. So this gives us 3. That's going to clear the board. This thing can't be attacked, am I right? At the end of turn... at the end of turn, if this follower didn't attack, restore 1 defense to all out. Why has it got it? Oh, because of the Realm of Repose, that's right. That's protecting it from attack.
Let's get this concert rolling.
So that does buy us some time. Time that we probably don't actually need now. Because that doesn't really need to be worried about. As we are just going to double heal, kill off a couple things, and continue on with the game. Definitely one I've got to get used to for sure. Alright, give them all rush and plus, so that's reasonable. Makes them easy to kill though. I definitely like Apostle of Repose. I think that's one of my favorites for being fun, but outside of that I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Again, this is just kind of a limiter, I guess, at the same time as protecting followers, which is good. Means this thing can't actually be cleared easily. So I think that's actually fairly decent when you consider its effects. I mean, we now wipe this out, which is good. We didn't even need that effect in the end, and we get a ping, so why not? Especially since it now protects my board.
The two of us play. What joy!
Definitely is dragging this game out though, for sure. Alright. Removal. The heals aren't a big deal.
May the forest be at peace.
And we're pretty much secured the game at this point. So it's definitely not impossible to win these games, of course. It's just a matter of me getting used to all the cards and what's the best way to play them, which is what the story mode's quite good for if you want to trial a story mode deck early on. It's definitely a good way to get used to something and not used to. Most of the story mode isn't too hard, which is always good. So we're not going to be able to clear off everything in an effective manner by the looks of it. I mean, if I attack, drop him to 8, use the banishment card, drop down the Holy just for some extra board pressure, get us a couple damage in, set up lethal for next turn. And I mean, we have Realm as well, which should play along quite nicely. So all we gotta do is throw the Purge down and win the game. I still don't know why Lacan is in this deck. It's stupid dumb that it's in here. I really don't know how that ended up happening, but it happened, so we'll move on. And that's 4 damage. So we didn't win the first time round, but we did win the second, so that's pretty reasonable.
You have such honest eyes.
Alright. Eris just doing her job.
Cetus.
I'm fine.
Eris is great.
Cetus is always protecting the woman. Does not seem to be bad. Have you not done enough?
Not yet. If this goes on...
Cetus, it's the fault of the Blade Rights that we weren't able to obtain the Covenant seal. Let's make another attempt.
Sorry. I guess I really blew up back there.
It's perfectly fine. I'm sure you were getting mad for the two of us. Let's return to the guild. Arisa is waiting. I'm going to bid you farewell for today, Marlon.
All right then. We're already working to dispatch with the rest.
Thank you very much, and good...
She clearly said Arisa and completely neglected that.
To think that you would be able to repel Cetus, never mind Maisha.
No, I merely did what I felt should be done.
Eris, is it not human nature?
Are we resuming our conversation from earlier?
Sin is sin, and that's all. What problem is there with that? You need only to pay penance, to atone. Do what you need to.
There are surely some sins that cannot be reversed.
You're saying your sins are like that? How can you be so sure?
I know. There was a town, and in that town was the Sacred Hall. It was there that I worked, and it was there that I served my god. The people of the village were kind, diligent, and they died. All of them. The neighboring village was struck with famine. They wanted food, and so they attacked the village I was in. I was away that day. When I returned, all had been destroyed. I cursed the world. The villagers were without sin. The poor were without sin. Why then did they die? I lamented and I heard a voice. I received a divine revelation. And then... I began to pray with others who shared my thoughts. Forsaking food and sleep, we prayed and prayed. We paid no attention to those brothers and sisters who fell in service. And in the end, I summoned the one who brought an end to my world. How could I repent for such a sin? You think I could atone? The world is frozen over on my account.
Simply give life to as many as you have killed. Save as many as you have destroyed. If the world is frozen, then warm it. That's all you need to do.
How? I mean, I know she brought the end to the world, but trying to save the world again, that's so much harder right now.
Yes, but that's fine, Eris. All returns to nothingness in the end. There are no sins, nor retribution. Continue with everything you have until your final day. That's all you need.
That could be so.
Well, let us meet again. I hope that you no longer need to waver at that time.
As do I.
Goodbye, then.
Give life to as many as you have killed. Save as many as you have destroyed.
That's a lot of people. Just to be fair, like, that is a lot of people. Alright, number 7, words spoken. We've only got 11 total chapters, of which not every single one is a battle stage, so
I must go.
it shouldn't take too long.
Feel correct.
Usually it takes me about an hour.
Simply give life to as many as you have killed. Say.
But there may be a form of truth within to save them, to give them life. That is surely nothing that I alone can... I must search once more if this is my wish. This town is positively bustling. It has been long since I heard such sounds. If the people here are able to smile, then surely the others will be free of sorrow.
Good. Except her.
What was that? Erica. It must be you. Erica!
Priestess. Or should I say Eris?
Erica, you're unhurt.
Yes. Now please excuse me.
Wait, Erica. I understand that I cannot be trusted, but will you not allow me to stay with you? I have not been able to provide anyone with answers, but even still...
No, thank you. Not now.
But why?
There's no need for me to answer.
Erica,
I don't care about what you want or need. Ugh, I have my own path to walk. Why do you think I'd have anything to do with you?
No, Erica.
Have you forgotten,
Come
priestess?
on.
You're no more to me than an enemy. Ugh. How can you show your face before me? Why are you making me remember? What do I have to do to save the princess? Where can I see her again? And why? Why am I here in this world now? You're the one who summoned Nexus and drove me this far, so answer me!
Oh, Erica, you poor little girl. Grow a pair. Alright. Let's see if we can take down Erica. I don't see it being impossible.
It's your fault that the princess...
Okay, good. We got Tenko Shrine early. That's going to keep us in line pretty well.
You have breathed your last.
Actually, I've breathed my second, so thank you. Thank you very much. No real point throwing this down. Really just doing it because I can right now. Because I don't really have a reason not to. So that's where something like Golden City would have come in handy. Now I just need to limit damage right now. Buy some time. I mean, it does limit damage we can take, but we're not going to take over 3 damage this early anyway. Alright, they're definitely very aggressive, which I don't mind, I guess. So, White Fang Temple negates the damage. Tenko Shrine pretty much wipes out whatever we need to. We are going to take a bit of damage though in the meantime, which is disappointing, but hopefully we can regain most of that back over time. And we've got a pretty solid next turn in Gem Princess, so that should work out. We can take out the highest follower, clear out a couple things. Alright, now we've got to kill that. No, and we got Repose. That's actually going to come quite handy. If we play it next turn, we should be able to take full advantage of it. Alright, so double ping. A couple of good ones would be nice. That's okay. That one not quite as good. Alright, Rapier Master. Getting a nice boost on her. And going for a small clear. That's alright. So, there wouldn't be much point in using Omen here. Which is a little disappointing. Can use the limiter though. We're going to clear this board regardless, which is fine. And just set up a nice board. We're going to get a pretty nice dragon, so why not?
I must return.
Homebound Mercenary. Okay. So it's not going to kill everything, but it should kill at least one of these, which it did, so that's always good. And we got a nice damage to face. Of course, that does mean Repose didn't activate. Alright, Armor of the Stars. This guy, not that impressive, honestly. I was expecting Erica to be a bit stronger, but she's actually a pretty big pushover at this point. Alright, we're going to go for this. Not because we want ramp or anything, mainly just for the heal effect and draw. Oh, and we also get the amulet thing. I forgot about that. I need to try and remember that you actually do get the amulet bonus, which is pretty nuts, honestly. If I hadn't thought about that, I would have actually probably played that sooner. That thing's now useless. Might as well use Eva on this. Alright, so a nice heal. A little damage to the face. That now can't take more than 3 damage at a time, meaning it's not going to be killed instantly. And we've still got more than enough here to play pretty passively.
It won't be long now.
A pledge to all my citizens.
So he made a good attack, that's for sure. If I wipe the board with this, hit face for 12, use the ping effect from the heal, and that'll be game. There we go. Definitely a lot of creative ways to go for lethal, that's for sure. Like, I suppose I could have just attacked and dropped Purge and then done the same kind of effect, but that one felt a lot nicer. We'll open a few packs once we're done with this too.
Erica, you're sorry? What point is there in apologize? It's not just the princess. You've stolen something dear. Stolen something dear from everyone. I am a swordsman. Once I fight against someone, I can see into their heart. I know your regrets and your new beliefs. You're standing opposite to me now, attempting to go forward. I understand you, but I don't want to. About me wanting to kill you. Let me apologize. I got carried away and now I need to uncover what I have to do. My apologies.
Jeez, Erica, that's rough.
These wounds hurt far less than her words.
Simply give life to as many as you...
Oh, Erica. Everyone else. I can say nothing other than... I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're sorry that you destroyed a whole planet, like, Jesus. Path to Atonement, okay, number 8. Upon reflecting upon her sins, Eris suddenly hears battle cries coming from where Malone was. After rushing to the scene, she finds him in the wake of Urias Formond. See, I slightly remember those scenes. It's really difficult for me to remember. I remember the blood fight between her and Urias, I'm pretty sure, and I remember her and Rowan meeting up briefly, but
How many must I restore?
since we haven't seen Erica's, that's the first interaction we'd seen there.
That sound.
And same with Ewan, so she's definitely connecting some people here.
Something may have happened.
So we can expect when we play when we play Ewan's story and we play Erica's story, we're going to be fighting Eris, which is quite common. And we're going to actually fight quite a few people as Erica, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, is that you, Eris?
Are you alright?
Well, I might have pushed myself a little too hard. Are you familiar with Urias Formond?
Did you have an encounter with him?
Yes, just a moment ago. That was quite a close call.
I see no wounds on you. Did you use too much magical power?
Something like that. I'm fine, though. Thank you very much. Vampires are frightening things, aren't they? He may be as strong as Nicola, or stronger, perhaps.
Nicola?
You haven't met him yet, have you, Eris? Nicola Adele, the Forbidden Guild. Of all the guilds, he's the only one that isn't a group of people.
Yeah, he's a single person, yeah.
Whose power can rival that of the other 4 guilds.
Is such a thing possible?
It seems to be so. He's rather scatterbrained, but he's strong.
I see. He is not frightening, is he?
What makes you say that?
You seem to enjoy talking about him. You like Nicola.
Yes, one might say that we have a love-hate relationship. I picked him up
Great.
almost as if he were a stray dog, or perhaps even a piece of litter.
And you helped him then?
Helped him, or, well, that's simply my way of life. The look in his eyes said he wanted to die. Sorry, how morbid of me.
Not at all. Why am I able to trust this person? I am beginning to understand. Like me, Marlone's sins are...
Oh, another life form.
That's very unusual. Magical life forms typically self-destruct within just a few hours.
If they would harm people, then we must not ignore them.
Okay, so this is kind of like a filler battle. I always feel like the magical life forms are a filler battle. Like, the first one always makes sense because the magical life forms were introduced. It's a beginner battle for the Asunia arc, and that made sense. But including one halfway through your arc after you've already defeated one just seems a little, I don't know, just lazy, honestly. Which is a little disappointing. I've enjoyed a lot of the storyline for Asunia and Guild Wars because it's quite entertaining. It's got a lot of meat to it, and it's always a fun time. Especially considering the initial storylines were pretty bland and lacked a lot of emphasis with the characters until up until the end, where Portal was kind of introduced, where they really had a lot more flavor to them. But now it's like this kind of battle just seems kind of mediocre, unless maybe it ties in a little later with why is this thing still alive. But even then, it just seems like it's a little bit of an overstep there. So I did go for the Black Diamond. I'm just kind of because I could. I don't really have a turn 3 play that would be decent outside of just throwing Beacon on the board, which feels kind of bad. But I think I've got to if I want to keep up with these foresty plays here. So it's definitely what we're going to go with. It should at least draw some of this damage away a bit. even if it is just this follower here. So it is Dragon Cross, which is a little even worse, honestly. So we're going to be able to wipe these out pretty easily. Not the way I normally would go about things, for sure. It's definitely a more passive play here, but it will work. I mean, it's gonna remove something, which is what we want. Now they're forced to have to fight, which is good. Alright, it's going to buy us some time to set up our Tenko Shrine, which is good. Also a nice follow-up with Princess. This is like the best kind of draw you can get on the play. Alright, that thing's dying for sure. Because it's got a high stat line, which will take 2 of these Tenko shots, which is just frustrating having to deal with that. So we're just going to wipe it out immediately. Seems like the way to go. Also, I'm really glad that's another ocean card. Ocean Dragon, maybe I would be a thing one day. I've always wanted more ocean-based dragon cards. I feel like you could build a really awesome water-based deck around them. Of course, we never really got the cards that we'd need to kind of combo them, but it's always cool to think about. Okay, so 1, 2, yeah, so I can triple ping this, which will be fine, and set up Black Diamond. Plus, that's going to drop 3, which is really quick. So we can take full advantage of Tenko here. Alright, another Dragon Nest. A Mermaid Healer. Okay. Nothing too serious to deal with. We can play our Reposes, which would be pretty decent, honestly. Especially considering the drop in the amulets here. Could be quite nice. Jeez. Might just go for another one. I mean, oh, actually, no. We'll get rid of this. We'll use that as a heal effect. We'll play the Repose to protect it, and then we'll be set. I think that's much better. Although, I do wish that this effect actually could protect my Holy Dragon. That would be a lot nicer. But protecting the 4/4 is still pretty good. Okay. Alright, we can play the wipe. That'll also get us a ping to face. A couple of attacks in, and we'll be set. So this is kind of where you start really doing your swing turns. This is why this deck is going to be difficult to build around. It's very slow. I mean, Tenko to begin with was always a slower deck, so it's not a big surprise. But it just feels really slow. Alright, so we're going to get a really nice chunk of damage here. It also protects this, which is decent. Actually, we win. Wow, okay. I forgot I actually had double ping there, so it was more than enough.
You were a worthy opponent.
Slowly getting through these. Definitely a time-consuming thing to finish all the story mode. You definitely wouldn't want to try and finish everything in one go, like all day, if you were trying to start from the beginning, which is a little bit of a pain.
It might have been an exceptional specimen. Magus would surely be overjoyed to learn of it.
Should we have allowed it to live then?
See, like, why does the voice change? It's like the multiple personality Erises. It's weird.
If they were to learn such a specimen existed, they'd conduct more experiments and gain more knowledge. The power of Magus would thereby increase, and the balance would be destroyed.
Your role, Eskamali's role, is then to impede their progress.
We're quite the black sheep.
Without Eskamali, this land might not be able to continue on.
I'm not sure about that. There's only so much we can do to begin with. Since our focus is simply on preservation, we're always a little behind the others. That delay means everything will be crushed and destroyed. Our activities are nothing more than attempts to prolong the life of what's here now.
You mean that all will fall apart someday?
Very soon.
Someday is sooner or later. No one knows. The signs are already... Well, things will happen as they will. I was fortunate to meet you, though, Eris. I apologize for always acting so pathetic in front of you.
Surely I am the pathetic one. I have rejected your helping hand, and have yet to advance a single step by myself. Countless times I have attempted to go forward, but each time I get frightened and turn back.
It's no simple feat to arrive at the conviction to atone. That's simply how things are.
And how were you able to do it, Marlone? Arrive at that conviction.
Were you able to tell? Perhaps I gave myself away by speaking too confidently.
No, I simply made an uncharitable guess.
My sins are, well, certainly nothing that I can boast of. I loved money. I imagined it would allow me to obtain anything, so I did whatever it took to get my hands on it. I had more magical power than other people, so I used that, and, well, I killed. It's so vivid that I can remember without even closing my eyes. And, well, I used too much magical power. Perhaps this is just how it was to begin with, but I sort of ended up destroying my body. I certainly did a number on myself. Pain rushed through my body, and I wasn't even able to sleep. It was then that I realized that, well, all of the living creatures I killed had suffered in this way. And now they'd no longer be able to do even that. When I realized what I had done, I started crying and couldn't stop. Someone appeared to me then. They said that they would mark the back of my hand. They spoke 3 words and departed. Give and liberate.
Oh no.
That's when I made my decision, and I traveled through several lands, ending up here.
You were liberated.
One might say that. Well, I don't actually know if I was liberated or not, though.
This may seem presumptuous, but I feel as if you and I have something in common.
No, Eris, please don't say that. I shouldn't want to think there are 2 people like me.
Then we truly are the same.
Are you feeling a bit better?
No, I'm still in pain.
Oh, well then please be well. There are no gods in this world, but I wish for your happiness.
Thank you.
You and I are not like each other, Eris. My conviction and yours are a bit different. We needn't meet again, Eris. Please continue advancing on and on.
That was an odd way to say anything. Definitely odd. Fear and envy. Jeez, I forget there's so many battles like in a row, honestly. Luckily this one isn't one of them. By the looks of it, otherwise I wouldn't have picked a deck.
Would atonement even be acceptable?
It's not just the princess. You've stolen something dear. Stolen something dear from everyone.
The pain. Will this pain get the better of me? Or will I be able to resist?
Yes, but that's fine, Eris. All returns to nothing. Continue with everything you have until your final day.
Like, I mean, these flashbacks are a little unnecessary, considering we literally just had that conversation.
I must advance with all my strength. No. Is that?
Ah, Urias.
Urias Formond. He can't be permitted around the people of this land. He is a danger. Urias Formond. It is very unlike you to play around with other people.
Priestess, it has been long since we met.
My apologies, everyone. This is one of my former acquaintances. Would you mind leaving the 2 of us alone for a bit?
Oh, is that so? We'll get out of here before we get in your way. Come on, kiddo, let's go.
But I want to talk to him more.
Leave him alone. And whose kid are you anyway?
I don't know.
You don't know? What is that supposed to mean?
See, she's weird. I never liked that little girl. I'll say that every video just because that's how she is.
I believe you mean to say food. And if I were to correct you further, I would say that my body does not much long for blood.
Why? Do vampires not drink the blood of humans to live?
There were once such days, but as time goes on, it becomes less necessary. Now a drink once every few decades will suffice. That is why I'm not desperate for blood. I am discerning. I only sink my fangs into the neck of those I have deemed worthy.
I know that he is dangerous, but why do I believe him? For some reason, I cannot feel that his words are a lie.
Your eyes are like those of that man, Ewan. Eyes that attempt to assess me.
I have heard Marlone speak of you. What is it that you wish for?
You need not worry, for I have no intention of consuming that sort.
Why is that?
It would be a waste. Is that not so? Erica, that was her name, yes? While watching Erica, I came to notice the possibilities of humans, their thirst for victory, and how limitlessly powerful they can become. Simply given enough time, fangless humans can eventually become worthy foes. They are peculiar creatures. Perhaps it would be hasty to slaughter them before they grow strong. Is this not so?
Eris has the right idea. Let them get nice and plump before eating them. That sounds about right.
I envy his power and the confidence that feeds it. If only I could choose to go down such a path.
To you, this is all nothing more than amusement, isn't it?
Is that unacceptable? Or do your values demand that you pity me?
No, but when you seek blood, not as amusement, but in earnest, I do not know.
That's it, he wants to have fun.
Indeed, and there can be no question that they are frightening. But it is not only fear that they inspire. If I were able to live with the strength that he does, might I be able to atone to the others?
Maybe, Eris. Maybe if you're nice to everyone. Bondage. And not the fun kind. Well, maybe the fun kind. Alright, this is going to be a battle one. Great. We're almost there.
I was able to meet Erica, Rowan, and Urias.
So 3 out of the 7, 8, I don't know, 8. Oh, Ewan, I suppose, yeah.
Who could that have? I sense something troubling.
So 4.
It makes me feel as if I'm glimpsing Erica's atrocious blood-stained past.
Plus her 5, so 3 left.
This is no mere feeling, though. It may be more of a premonition. Erica, could that be you? No one is there. Did I see incorrectly? No, that can't be it. If that were so... If you are there, please show yourself. There is something I would like to ask you. If you will not come out, I will shine my light into the shadows. You were hiding after all.
Why are you following me?
Because you resemble someone I know. Erica. Have you heard the name?
You'd better answer. Did you come from another world?
Yes, I did.
The false sun is fanning the flames of war in this land.
What are you?
You must therefore decide. Are you friend or are you foe?
I know not who you are nor whether you are friend or foe, but I am neither to you. Is that a satisfactory answer?
Decide.
In that case, I am not your foe, but I will fight you in order to see my goal through.
Jeez. Countess Solari.
On toward my purpose!
Time to make your choice.
Okay, this is a average hand, I think. I can probably use it. I do just need to curve as well as possible, though.
Perfection lies in quiescence. This'll hurt!
I was going to go for the White Fang Temple, but considering I don't have an advantage with Tenko yet, there's definitely not much point.
You're a big fella.
And we'll go for this now.
This'll hurt!
Alrighty, let's see what we can do.
I'll train harder for next time.
No, that's one way to kill it, I guess. At this point we're just speeding up the game, so it's definitely the way to go. I'm gonna go for Princess setup instead, since Tenko won't take much advantage without something to play, so something on the play would be better, especially if I can go Tenko into Realm, maybe that could be decent.
Perfection lies in quiescence. This will end you.
Okay, Ulthris. Let's see what you're doing.
How could you?
I can't get a double ping yet though, that's gonna disappoint me a bit. We'll go for the black. So I can't take advantage of Realm yet. We'll definitely want to do that though. Alrighty. Looking good though. This shouldn't be too easy for them. We're definitely going to make it hard. They're using portal puppet cards, which is interesting.
What's with all these dead floaty things?
And Shadow, of course, which makes sense.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Alright, what do you got? Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Let's set these up then. Alright. Couple of pings. A nice setup. All I could ask for that would be better would be to draw another Omen. But even then, that's not entirely necessary, is it? Alright, we'll use this. Mainly because I'm interested in getting a Beacon of Salvation onto the board, which means if this thing can get close to being ready, that would be much easier. So that plus the heal, yeah, we'll trigger it. So, yeah, Beacon will allow me to do more damage. Yeah, Beacon.
I shall guide you to glory.
So that gives us 8 damage. Definitely the way to go. Plus, we'll get another dragon out of it.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Okay, not bad.
Another of God's child.
My deck is definitely a slower deck, for sure. Definitely I'm gonna have to make some improvements. I'm not really sure exactly where I want to start though. Probably just messing around with some numbers. But of course I'd have to run it through ladder first to make sure that the problems that I'm seeing are definitely the same problems I'm gonna have on ladder. Jesus. It's a lot, honestly, like, wow.
I'm coming for you.
Jeez, come on. You've played like your entire hand at this point.
I'm coming for you.
I mean, it's not like it's a big problem, but Jesus, come on. Okay. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Because I'm pretty sure I can get lethal off it if I play it right.
Salvation is within one's
Mm,
mind.
actually, does this thing heal? I think this one heals, doesn't it? Oh no, to puppets, that's right. That one's puppet one. Gotta remember that. Otherwise, I think we just miss lethal by... Oh no, we get lethal because of the extra heal. Easy. Perfect. Not bad at all. Alright, we don't have much left for her storyline. I mean, we've only got 11, so...
Please, answer me. Where is Erica? I know her well. She may not like that, but I still know her well. Her past is too similar to your present. If she is in fact with you,
She would be bound to her horrid past.
She'll not speak to those who can't decide.
Erica has no intention of speaking with me to be...
Then why do you seek her?
Because I am in pain. And until this pain is relieved,
Compared to the coming war, you're pitiful. New glory for...
Oh, she's dead.
she took her own life. Just as I thought. They are dangerous. So long as Erica is with them, it does not matter what she wants. Erica, even if I were to see you, you would surely reject, but all the same, I cannot ignore.
Poor Erica.
What is that? No matter whether I am wanted, I must go.
Alright, 11. Interlude. Alright, the last one. To finish up this extremely long video.
It is near. Perhaps just around this corner. Again?
What makes you hostile to Countess Solari?
I am not hostile. I was merely searching for...
She's our companion. No longer is she yours.
Erica is your companion? You with such cold eyes?
What right do you have to say such things?
I have none. But all the same...
If you will not join us...
Please move out of my way.
Oh no, Erica. Why must you fight? Everyone, Eris, come on. Show Erica the light. Show her that she doesn't need this dark, stormy guild to get her emo fetish going.
Please, clear the path.
Alrighty, we're going second. That's pretty solid. I'm not a big fan of that hand though. Although I probably could have made advantage of the 6 drop with the 4 drop, but I really needed a better draw, so I don't really regret doing this too much. Alright, we got a pretty nice curve, honestly. We're only really missing a 1 drop to go along with this. Alright, ram, that's fine. I'm gonna use that instead. Alright, that's not too bad, honestly. This is going well. We're mostly top decking, but we always have options in hand, which works in our favor a bit. I'm not a fan of this guy, honestly. That's a little disappointing. I mean, I can't take more than 3 damage anyway, so it means I'm basically going to take the same damage.
You're done for.
And I have Tenko on the play, so that should be fine. I wish I had a good 1 drop to use to go along with Tenko though. This is where something like Jewel Priestess actually comes in really handy if you ramp up on turn 4. Ugh, this is rough now. Can I afford to? I think I still can. I can afford to try and abuse the Tenko play right now. If I can get the good ping, which I did, then it should be pretty much fine. Randomly deal 3 damage. Follower, deal 7 damage to your leader. Okay. That didn't feel like a great play for them, but that's fine with me. Can't really use the dragon yet. Suppose if I wanted to play this out, I can go this way and just deal with it, which isn't so bad because the repose followers will work really well together here. It'll remove the big drop. I should have actually probably played Realm. I could have got a pretty much lethal next turn, but this will do. Like instead of playing Servant. Oh, that's rough. Evil Eye Demon's down to deal some decent damage here. Okay, next turn, what do we got? Deal of Fate, perfect play. So 1 ping to face, clear the board, set ourselves up nicely. Alright, now's our opposed turn, I think. Of course, they're going to wipe this out, so that's disappointing. Actually, if I play Repose, then I can't actually get rid of this. Oh, can I? I suppose I can if I use Beacon.
I shall guide you to glory.
I gotta protect against the potential Dark Feast bat. Even if I'm not gonna die, I want to at least have that guard on. Alright, that's fine with me. Take as much damage as you want. My Themis Purge just wins me the game now. Like, there's no reason to do anything else. Yeah, that made the last game pretty easy.
I won't let you get away.
Alright, and we've got a legendary card pack and some rupees. We're going to have a few card packs to open after this.
You will not
If you watched all the way to the end, please type Eris is a true god into the comments, because that will be some great fun. And it will show me how many of you guys actually watched right through this video.
I cannot allow you.
It's truly impressive if you finish it.
Casually. I must hurry. There, just around the corner.
No.
Eric and Arisa.
Solari. They're the ones who do horrible things. They take people's lives, and they attacked us. So why? Why in...
Aww.
If you weren't there, we'd all have wandered aimlessly until we fell dead. That I know in my heart. But even so, no. Precisely for that reason, I have to stop you here.
Arisa, Erica, no, they can't be.
You'd be heartbroken if you knew it all. Get ready!
You mustn't! Why, Arisa and Erica? How could this happen? Something is happening. Something is happening to this world.
Damn. What a way to end. Right there. Okay. So, we can probably expect the next chapter to either be the end of the month or closer to the mini expansion. They're usually the 2 times that you tend to get updates on these, so hopefully you guys will enjoy those. Hopefully you've enjoyed it up till now. If you want to check out any of the past stories, you can find them all on my channel. We've covered every single one up to this point in the Guild War storyline. I haven't covered a lot prior to that, but we covered here and there. So if you did enjoy the video, hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, we're going to... Oh, sorry, actually, before you leave, before we finish stuff, we're actually going to have these packs and stuff to open, so we'll do those actually. We might start with the Omen packs, get those out of the way first. We got 3 basically here. These will just add on to everything else. I've got every single bronze, silver and gold already, so all we're actually after now is legendaries, and everything else is basically fodder at this point, which is a little disappointing in some ways. It's one of the few sets I've actually managed to get every single card in pretty quickly, excluding legendaries. Usually I don't end up with all the golds, but in this case I did, which is pretty great, honestly. So, nah, another gold that I've already got triple it of. So unless we get animated ones, it's not really important. And we didn't really get anything from those. We do have the legendary pack though, so that's going to be a little bit of fun. So a legendary card pack contains 8 cards, including at least 1 legendary card. So the draw rates, we can't view here. I thought we'd be able to, but we can't. Okay. I'm not sure, I can't remember what these cover. I think this is only covering, yeah, so all the new sets. So all rotation sets. After all, there's a rotation legendary pack, which makes sense. Pretty awesome pack, honestly. I always love this. You can get them if you reach Grandmaster quite regularly, and they're occasionally given out like this. And there we go. Of course, I pull Omen of Repose and Rooney. I already crafted 3 Omen of Repose to do this story mission, so kind of pointless to now pull him unless he was animated, and I already have triple Rooney, so don't really need that either. So they're just some vile fodder, but not really a problem. Plus, I actually get the Repose emblem, which is actually pretty nice, so that's actually a bonus. I did get something I didn't have. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Until next time, see ya.